The guys from Kiss have arrived. They snuck in the back door. You're depressing them. You're bringing them down.
Now that they've seen us post up, they're screaming.
We're going to play a video right away and let you guys get comfortable. You guys can scream some more. This is Domino from Revenge. We'll be back with more from Kiss on Start Me Up. That was Domino and Kiss are here live in the MuchMusic environment. Did you bring them with you?
We're going like this. Don't.
No, stop. More. Stop. Now, there's a question I have to ask you right away. I was outside just a few moments ago, and there's people from Maritimes. Where are you there? Right there. There's a couple of people over there, and they're very concerned because you were supposed to play Eastern Canada a couple of years back. The show got canceled and you've never gone back. So do you know what's going on with that?
We're planning to try to do a more extensive tour of Canada, but what happened was with those shows that we had, I broke a rib, and I wouldn't have been much good, so we just decided we had to cancel some shows just so we could finish the tour up. But we're planning to come back because, you know, in the beginning we used to play places that were so small in Canada that people used to say to us, "What are you doing in our town?" So Moncton. Yeah, no, not even Moncton.
They're Moncton. There's kids. There they are. They're from Moncton. Right
Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Sudbury. I mean, every place. I mean, all these really kind of cool places where other people think they're too hip to play, but they're places that deserve to hear rock and roll. So we intend on going back.
Okay, that's good, because there's kids who have driven here for 16 hours to beat your show.
Well, we're going to make it worthwhile tonight for sure.
I guess that's how you built up what's known as your Kiss Army.
Well, the best armies are volunteers, and nobody was forced to come here. You know, we do our part, and they do their part. You know, we deliver the goods, hopefully.
The album is called Revenge. Who are you taking revenge on?
Me. He's always picking on me. Actually, Paul walked in one day and just said, this music sounds like revenge, sort of no compromise, no... it's really not about sitting down and figuring out what record companies think, or even what MuchMusic thinks. It's much more a record that just comes from the guts.
Is it not an attack on the critics at all?
No. You know, in the beginning, we were always amused by the critics who didn't like us, but, you know, time is really the ultimate test of things. You know, either you have a lot of people walking around who say that they were once critics who are now in other lines of work. We seem to outlast our critics. And, you know, then you have preachers and people like that who point fingers. Usually we give a post office box where you can write to them in prison. So, you know, time tells all. As far as critics, we don't worry about them. Most of them are in different lines of work than when they started. We're still doing this.
Eric, you're new to the band. What's it like, life with Kiss?
Well, right now we're kind of like in a horse race, and
we're kind of asleep.
Who's winning?
Kind of asleep. I don't know. But so far things have been going really good, and you know, we're trying to get into the flow of things because this will only be our third show tonight. So we've been doing a lot of extensive rehearsing for the last month to try to get it together, and everything's been going great.
Why do you think this album is becoming your most successful one? I mean, 20 years after you first started.
Well, I think that the key to it probably is we just decided that we had to make sure that anything that we do in the future lives up to what we've done. You can't live on what you've done. It's real easy to say, oh yeah, Kiss, they did rock and roll all night, or they did this or that. And there are bands who squeak by living on their reputations. It's real important to us at this point that everything we do lives up to the classic stuff. And we worked real hard to make sure this was that.
Let me just talk to these guys for a second. People who are watching the show right now, you may agree or disagree with these guys who are saying you may be longtime fans of Kiss. We would like to hear from you. We have a phone line set up. It's our RSVP number, 1-800-265-MUCH. Give us a call, and if you have specific questions for Kiss, we'll take your calls here and we'll get you to ask them live on the air. So please do it. 1-800-265-MUCH is the number, and you must have a question, though. We're not going to let you just go, hi, I really like you guys. Okay, so as long as you have a question, we'll put you through on the air, okay? So give calls now. There's someone standing by, operator standing by just in the back taking your calls. And in the meantime...
You're friendly yet authoritative. It's very good. Now we call in. Very nice, but you smile.
Okay. Since the makeup has come off, how do you compensate in the theatricality?
We're louder. I don't think we ever thought in those terms because hopefully we've always been exciting. You know, a lousy band with a smoke machine is a lousy band. You know, we just did a bunch of clubs in America just to have some fun. And it was amazing, you know, the reviews and the reports we got back were really great. I mean, ultimately it's got to be about music, but we never want to shortchange people on the show. I mean, the show's really great, but it's not like, well, we took off the makeup, we have to wear higher heels or, you know.
Do you?
Only certain times.
What did you do with all your old costumes?
We put them on after the show now.
Do you still keep them?
Oh yeah, we have all that stuff. We have a warehouse. It's kind of like, you know, Superman had the Fortress of Solitude. We have the Fortress of Chaos. We go down to this place and we can put on each other's costumes and jump around.
That's wild. I mean, those shoes, they just bring back memories to me of, well, for me, when I was in high school. And you guys were the best dressers. I now am dressing like you 20 years after the fact.
And I'm dressing like you.
Yes, we'll just go to a video right now. We're going to take, you made a choice. What would you like to see? One of your favorite videos?
Surprise us.
How about Heaven's on Fire?
Yeah.
Oh, was that it?
Fire?
Heaven's on Fire?
Who chose that one?
I did.
Hold it.
Now, why? Why is this one your fave?
Because there are nice pictures of him in this thing. Because he looks good. And it's a cool song.
He jumps through hoops of fire.
All right, cool. Guys, phone. And in the meantime, this is Heaven's on Fire. Kiss. By request.
I was always impressed with that song.
Yep, and I'm here with the guys from Kiss. And we've asked you guys if you would phone us, and apparently we have a lucky viewer on the phone right now. So let's go to our phone lines and see who's on the phones right now. Hello? 1098. Hello? This could be your last chance to go on the air. No luck. I'll ask a question. You guys try and get that together. Let me ask you, rock and roll. You've been doing it for about 20 years. In order for music to really be good rock and roll, does it have to be dangerous?
I think it has to be honest.
I think it better be good. There's nothing like bad music that's honest. Honesty's important, but it's just got to be good. And good is a strange word. I think people have to...
Word.
That's a big word, too, like gymnasium.
Dangerous. You know, you have a lot of bands who think that by writing songs about things that they really don't know anything about, or making believe that they've done things they haven't done, that validates it, and it's really not true. I mean...
Oh, call.
Oh, we have a call.
Oh, we have a call.
On the bat phone.
All right, let's see who's on the phone right now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
This is Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
Pretty good?
Bobby, where are you calling from?
St. John's.
All right.
All right.
St. what?
St. John.
Okay. I was just wondering if having the new drummer has brought a new style or sound to the band.
It really hasn't, you know, obviously you can't minimize what we've done before because Eric Carr was a tremendous part of the band for 11 years. But with Eric Singer joining, I think there's something new that everybody brings to the band, you know, when they join. I think you have to see the band live, and obviously if you listen to Revenge, you can hear what Eric's been doing. And obviously it adds something special to the band, otherwise he wouldn't be here.
What's your background, Eric?
What's my background?
Mercenary musician. He played with everybody for money, but now he's playing because he likes it.
What's your background?
What's my background? Well, I was playing with Alice Cooper for the last 2 years before this, and I played with few other bands, Gary Moore and Black Sabbath, and some other not-to-be-mentioned groups. But
Just for the money groups, yeah.
no, just you know, I was kind of like a homeless person looking for a home, and I'd find like a shelter, you know, like a
We'll get
soup
the
kitchen
violins out if you
for
like.
a short time, and then I mean, I've been very fortunate to be, you know, to be able to stay working all the time, but you know, I've always wanted to find something I can settle into and feel like I'm part of it, and these guys are letting me do that.
Cool. I hope that answers
this
your
guy, too.
question.
Hi, Bruce.
Oh,
I got it.
he's
They're
not.
not
Okay.
talking to you today at all.
I know.
So, Bruce,
Yeah.
how did you guys hook up?
8 years ago, I was asked to actually fill in for an alien guitar player, Mark St. John, and he didn't get well quick enough, and I seemed to fit really well and did the job perfectly, including this fly that likes me. And it was great. You know, I mean,
It's your cologne.
I love Toronto. It's great being here. And this guy loves guitars, so that's why I think he's a good addition for the
That's why
band.
he's a good drummer.
He
Okay.
loves listening to my leads.
All right, let's go to the phones again. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Ed.
And Ed?
Mr. Ed!
Mr. Ed, talk
Yeah,
yours.
Mr. Ed, I'm calling from Montreal. And I wanted to ask Gene if he plans on doing any more acting. I saw him in Runaway, I think it was, with...
Hey, that's a Canadian film.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Done in Vancouver.
Do you plan on doing any more acting? It was pretty cool.
Well, I'm acting right now. Can you tell? Look.
Oh, wow.
But, no, I'm going to put all that stuff aside. There's plenty of time for that stuff much later on. Right now, it's just Kiss, 24 hours a day. You heard it here first on MuchMusic.
Okay, well, if you ever go back to the big screen,
Can I be in the movie with you?
Sorry, what did you say?
What?
We'd all enjoy it if you went back to the silver screen, I think.
Thank you very much. You're a nice guy.
We'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
And can I be in the movie too?
No.
Okay. Now let's see. Have you been checking out them? That you were talking in the break about younger bands and up-and-coming bands. Do you see a Kiss thumbprint on a lot of younger bands?
Well, they tell us more than... It's one thing for us to start going, hey, do you know that this band covered one of our songs? Or, hey, isn't that similar to something we've done? But the great thing is if you talk to most of the bands that are around, they're the ones who tell you, you know, what an influence we were.
Example?
Oh, now we get into it.
That's not fair. I think when bands put out their own bios, they tell you who they're influenced by. Like Garth Brooks, whose biggest influence is Kiss. You think it's a joke?
I do.
It's actually true.
You should read his bio.
It's actually true. It's wild. I met Garth about 2 months ago, and it was amazing. It's actually even in his tour book. You know, I mean, Garth grew up listening to Kiss, and on the bus right now, on his tour bus, he showed me they play Destroyer all the time.
And when you really look at Garth and Kiss, I get it. It's exactly the...
Gene and Garth.
Maybe it's a duet together.
I'm just a kind of a guy who sits here on his chair. No. I mean, we're obviously knocked out. You can't always figure out what it is an act sees in another act, but we're flattered that it happens nonetheless.
Okay, I have the question. Take It Off. Song about strippers.
Yeah.
Why are guys in bands so fascinated by women who are strippers when you have women coming to you anyway?
Well, why do women insist on taking off their clothes? You know, it's
all right, we're going to have a discussion here. Okay.
It's interesting that someone would say, why are you so fascinated looking at that naked woman? Well, why is that woman naked in the first place? And is there anything really wrong with appreciating somebody on a physical level? Obviously, there's a time where you want to have a conversation, and somebody who takes off their clothes is obviously not looking for a debate.
No talking.
So, take it off? Yeah, it's kind of like a way of saluting our women out of uniform, or whatever you want to call them.
Okay. I'll leave that. I'll let that float in the air in the ozone. And we have one more call, and let's see who's on the phones right now. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
This is Mary.
Hey,
calling from Dartmouth,
I'm a stripper.
Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. And you have a question, Mary, for these guys?
Yes, I have a question for Dean. I've always heard that he had a piece of cow tongue sewed on his tongue because his tongue is so long.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that's true.
Yes.
It is?
Sure. You're going to believe that one. No, it's not true. It was a giraffe's tongue.
A giraffe's tongue?
Yeah.
How did you get that done?
I went to a doctor.
A veterinarian or a doctor?
No, it's not true. But it is something I've heard before.
Mary?
Yes?
This is one of those times where you don't believe everything you hear or what you read, okay?
No, it's not true. It's all God-given. Whatever's there is there.
Okay.
We've met fans with even longer tongues. It's pretty sick, but it's true.
Thank you, Mary.
Bye,
Thank
man.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, it is true. I did go to a hospital, and some guy put in a cow's tongue in my mouth.
You had an implant down lower,
Now,
too.
how did that story start?
I don't know. We chased. I started.
You know, rumor has it that my tongue was...
We've heard strange things, and they just keep popping up. And the more you say, no, it's not true, the more people think, whoa, he's just saying that. It must be true.
Now you're at the stage of the career where you are writing about, well, you're getting a little revenge, you're having a lot of success. Do you have any regrets about things you've done in the past?
Bruce?
Come on,
Just
regret.
trying to say your
I'm
name
happy
on
to
the air
be
so you
here.
can get
You
you.
know? I'm happy to be here, but my regret is I wasn't there from the beginning. But I'm happy to be here now.
Eric?
No, I don't have any regrets. I saw the band in the very beginning, so I felt like, you know, I got to participate from a fan point of view, and now I get to participate from a band point of view, so I kind of had the best of both worlds.
I'll bet the best regrets are going to come from Paul. What are the regrets?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, huh?
Yeah.
He regrets that he didn't get a cow tongue.
Yeah. I have no regrets. You know, you learn as much from falling on your face as you do from winning the race, and I'm real glad for everything we've done. I look at every day that we've been through, and it's a blessing. That's what keeps you going.
You're on the hot seat. Regrets?
Regrets, I've had a few.
Which movie was that one you
You know, there are small regrets every day. Pretty girl looks at you and you don't take her up on it. At the end of the day, you go, ah, shucks.
Of course, it's too tight.
Of course, it's too tight. Mine or hers? All in all, nothing to complain about. We're doing okay.
You are.
What about you? Regrets?
I should have worn pink today. I don't know.
I think you're right.
It wasn't a black day.
Oh,
I thank you very much for dropping by. It's very cool of you. Your fans, thank you for dropping by. All you guys going to the show tonight? You all going to the show tonight? Yeah,
Much
they're all going
Music
to the show?
Studio destroyed. Look at it, falling apart.
By Kiss Army.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Have a great show tonight.
Thank
Come
you.
by and visit us again. And this is Kiss on Start Me Up.